Hello everyone, you have clicked on to today's weather video. Today we start out with the satellite picture, which does show we had some morning clouds across New Jersey this morning. They've pretty much cleared out, but you'll notice here we have a northwest flow that's in place. And the northwest flow is actually a warm flow in this case, as temperatures today are going to warm up fairly significantly into the mid 70s. We are already up to 69 degrees at Philadelphia International Airport. We do have a northwest wind about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and we are not going to be as cool even tonight as we were the last few days. As you can see, National Weather Service is going with 56 tonight, and tomorrow night 57 degrees for the low, which is even warmer because tomorrow we're actually going to get warmer than today. And they're going with 76 for tomorrow. I could see some places get up to 78, 79 degrees tomorrow. Let's take a look at the computer models, shall we? First, we're going to take a look at the NAM. As you can see, clear skies, dry weather expected for today. But as we continue this along, look back here across the Ohio Valley. You can see there is a low over the Great Lakes with a cold front attached to it. That front will move through tomorrow night. Not going to be much fanfare with it. As you can see, there's some shower activity and some thunderstorm activity back across western Pennsylvania. And the Storm Prediction Center does account for that. They put a marginal risk of severe weather across western Pennsylvania. But you can notice there's almost no risk of storms in eastern Pennsylvania, as this is going to be a fairly dry front. And continuing along here, as you can see, the front comes through Thursday night, and we just maybe see an isolated shower northwest up in the Poconos. On Friday, it's still going to be relatively warm speaking compared to the weekend. We're going to have a high around 70 degrees, but as we switch over to the GFS now, you will see on the GFS, here comes the first front. That moves through, but look what happens on Friday night. A secondary front comes through. See these blues? That's colder air in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That is going to drain down into the area come Saturday. And Saturday is going to be a much colder day. If we pull up the temperatures on the GFS, you'll be able to see, look at this. Saturday, the highs don't even get out of the 60s. On the GFS, 68, and Sunday will be even cooler than that. Look at this, Sunday, only a high around 62 degrees. Then after that, we have to start watching for chances of precipitation. If we go back to the GFS Sunday, as you can see here, look back across the Ohio Valley. We have some disturbed weather, some moisture starting to move in. That does move east as we get into next Monday. And there is the threat of rain as a boundary sets up, and then it is showing an area of low pressure across the Ohio Valley that comes in. How that plays out remains to be seen. There's some differences. We could show you the European model, which is showing that setting up much differently here. And on the European, once again, the front comes through tomorrow night. A little bit more in the way of thunderstorm activity in western Pennsylvania on the European, but not much of any activity in our area, just a stray shower. And as we get into Sunday night, here's that low back across the Midwest, which is much further west than the GFS. And you'll notice the upper level cold air is still in place across New England, so that stays here, and there's a high to the northeast of the low, which is much different than the GFS. Now, if we fast forward this low out into the Ohio Valley now at this point, we'd be looking at next Tuesday. That kind of just sits there and cuts off a little bit. It doesn't move very fast, and then becomes a cutoff low as another low forms over Texas, and it's a much different solution than the GFS, and we're talking about next week at this point, so we have a lot of time to work this out. We're looking at two completely different solutions, and if we want, we can look at a third solution here, which would be the Canadian model. Let's just do that real quickly. And the Canadian model is a different solution within itself. The cold front comes through tomorrow night. And then here's what the Canadian does with the low. It has the boundary attached east of it. It has the low like the GFS, but look how much further north it is. It's sending the low up into New York State and then up into New England. We would get some rain from this, but the overall system, it's mainly a New England thing. So we're just going to have to watch the models the next couple days, see how that works out. But for the rest of the forecast, Saturday, I'm going with the high in the mid-60s. Saturday night, we will have lows down into the low 40s. And Sunday, it's going to only be low 60s at best. It's going to be much cooler than the next 2 days. And we are looking at, generally, that pattern's going to continue into next week, regardless of what the system does. We're looking at cooler weather. We're not going to be seeing highs in the 70s unless we get the cutoff situation like the Euro. Then that would pull in some warmer air from the south. Looking into the longer range, the 6 to 10 day outlook is still above average, as is the 8 to 14 day outlook. But if you look at precipitation, precipitation is going to be near normal to slightly above normal because we have uncertainty with what that system is going to do next week. And we have a lot of time to work that out, and we will be doing that over the next few days. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Enjoy the nice fall warm-up because it's not going to last, and I will see you next time. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below.